The plan for tonight, though, besides from watching Raw, is really, people, you come out here to enjoy nature and you throw a fucking monster can down. I don't have any way to transport it, otherwise I would totally pick it up and find someplace to throw it away at. That kind of shit pisses me off. But yeah, I think I'm going to work on the step tracker tonight. She looks really familiar. Right. Yeah, I think that's what the plan is for tonight. I'm going to work on the step tracker. I also want to work on the Supermarket Sim Twitch mod that I'm working on. Oh, did I tell you that I'm rebuilding I'm building it from scratch, but I'm using a previous mod for Supermarket Sim as inspiration. Where similar to the tabletop RPG, the card shop sim that I built the Twitch mod for. I started working on that because one of my friends, Steinfeld, is playing it, and I think she could make it really, really funny with it. Because what the mod does is, with Supermarket Sim, you're not just in a shop with a little bit of an area. There's like a big there's like an open world city in there that you can explore, and it will drop chat at random spawn points in there. So if you come across them, you can, and then chat can talk. And I'm trying to figure out other things you can do, but I'm trying to make sure that the Twitch functionality works first before I start adding any extra features. Because I could potentially get as carried away on that as I did with the Stardew mod, which I'm still working on as well. Whew. Yeah, my knee is kind of hurting. What sounds good for dinner tonight, though? I had my eyes on the KFC bowl that recently came out that had nugs and tenders. That's a lot of carbs, though. But I haven't had KFC in quite a while either. I mean, there's Hothead, there's Chipotle. I don't like Chipotle. Chipotle is too expensive. And the last time I ate there, I got food poisoning. So I don't go back there. Or at least not the one local to here. So I'm kind of leaning towards KFC. Because honestly, that's all there really is. Unless I want to go in and sit someplace, and I don't really want to. Whew. We're getting closer, though. Yeah, it's like $12 for a bowl. And it had like 2 tenders, 5 nugs, some fries, and a drink. It might have been cheaper than that. It might have been $10. I don't remember. I'd have to look at the app. I was looking for inspiration of places to stream at today, which I think we might do some short outdoor streams this week. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Maybe we'll take my ukulele or my guitar out to someplace. Like, maybe we'll find a bench out here and just play. I haven't done that yet, but I also need to practice too. I don't know. Kind of figuring things out with that yet. I need to start putting music back into the streams, because I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, I need to start putting music back in my streams. After what went down previously, it's kind of left me scared to do that again. Like, I just haven't felt the best about doing music on stream. Like, if anybody didn't know, I'm a classically trained opera singer. I studied that, and I studied jazz when I studied music ed up at the University of Toledo. And I had three amazing teachers up there. One was on the Metropolitan Opera, which is amazing. She wasn't like a lead or anything like that, but she was still on the Metropolitan Opera, which is amazing. And she's an amazing soprano. I'm not saying her name just because I don't want to dox her or anything like that. And I also got the honor to study under... First, I got the honor to study underneath Jon Hendricks for a semester, which was amazing. Because he's kind of the one that taught me how to scat and improvise and things like that. Because if you don't know who Jon Hendricks is, he was part of the group Lamberts, Hendricks, and Ross. And he's got a Grammy for lyricizing one of the big band pieces. I don't remember which one off the top of my head. And then, unfortunately, John passed away a few years ago. And I couldn't make it to his funeral, and I felt terrible. Same thing with Claude Black, who was the other person who taught me jazz voice. He's the one that taught me how to be free and flowing. Stop being so constrained to the restrictions that are set by classical training. And unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago too. But like, it is such an honor to be one of his students. He's a Toledo legend. He actually got to play with Art Tatum, who is a phenomenal pianist. And like, it's an honor. It really is. Like, I still use his teachings to this day for different things mainly when I'm doing jazz. A lot of what he taught me went into the See How They Shine when I wrote that. Both what him and John taught me, I should say. And just, I honestly wish that when I was training with them, that I took it more seriously. Because back then I was unmedicated, there was so much stuff going on at the same time, and I just kind of crashed, to be honest. Back then. Because I was working full-time at the Papa John's there. I was a full-time music major, full-time student on top of that, and I just did not have time for anything because I was working 80-hour weeks when I was at Papa John's, which I will never ever do again. Ever. That place can go to hell. Now, granted, I'm sure management and things have changed since then, because it's been, 20 years now since I've worked there? When did I come home? 2011? So, 15 years since I worked there? So, I know management has changed since then, but they can still go to hell, for all I care. Some people sitting on the bench up here. Whew. Hi. But yeah, I that place gave me a heart attack, literally, because I was struggling to survive. It's actually one of the reasons that I chose to move back home. Is because of that place. Because I couldn't find anything else that wasn't like retail or anything like that. I wasn't able to finish my music degree because it got too expensive. Well, mostly because of that reason. But, yeah. Basically what happened was I was working 80-hour weeks. I was on top of being a student. I didn't sleep for almost 2 weeks. I was living off of Starbucks and energy drinks and 5-hour energies. So, yeah. I was off work for once because I basically told them, you give me this night off or I quit. When I had done them the favor of working 7 days a week for almost 4 months straight. So the only time I got off was when I had school-related stuff like concerts. And so I had my friend was coming over because I was cooking dinner for them because we were going to sit down. We were going to watch Dr. Horrible because we hadn't got to do that in a while, and that was one of our favorite movies. I was also planning on asking her if she wanted to be more than friends at that time. That was a mistake. I will say that right now. She's amazing. I miss her. But yeah, I got caught up in the moment. And that was a mistake, first of all. But that didn't occur until later. But that night, I was sitting there. I was making some kind of beef. I don't remember what it was. It might have been Hamburger Helper. Next thing I know, I feel like a sharp jab in my left arm. And the next thing I know, she's waking me up off the ground. She had a key to get in my apartment, so that's how she got in. And yeah, went to the. I didn't feel the need to go to the hospital because I felt okay after that. But I talked to my doctor, and he basically said, "Sounds like you had a heart attack." And that's that. Not officially diagnosed or anything like that, but it's one of the scarier moments of my life. So, yeah. Yeah, I felt really bad scaring my friend like that. Sounds like kids coming behind me. Can't tell. Oh, but this area is so pretty, I tell you what. Just look at this. Okay, yep. So yeah, that's a little bit of the lore from my life.